So guys, we've been talking about Batman Arkham 2020, or at least the next video game in the Batman franchise. And it wasn't at the PlayStation 5 event, but it could have been. So a major story broke yesterday about AT&T selling or wanting to sell Warner Brothers Gaming for $4 billion. And usually I would say this is some kind of clickbait website, but it's CNBC. It's a news website. It's not a comic book website. It's not We Got This Covered. It's not comicbook.com. It's not anything like that. It's a pretty decent website. So according to this website, AT&T are considering selling the Warner Bros. Gaming division for $4 billion. Now it says here that Take-Two Interactive, Electronic Arts, EA, and Activision Blizzard have all expressed interest in buying the unit, which owns titles including Mortal Kombat, Harry Potter the Lego game, Injustice game, the Batman Arkham game. So it's interesting if this happens. Maybe this could be the thing holding back the next Arkham game. AT&T is also looking at diversing assets to serve its almost $200 billion debt. Although AT&T is worth a lot, it's also got a huge debt. So according to this article, I will leave the link down below, AT&T is apparently discussing the sale of Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Now, whether they sell these studio franchises off separately, as we know, NetherRealms is the studio that makes Mortal Kombat and also makes Injustice, but Warner Bros. Gaming do have the IPs for huge games. The Harry Potter games, the Lego movie game, Mortal Kombat, Batman Arkham. It's a bit of a skeptical subject, but it is linked to that. So that is most likely why there has been no news about if or where the Batman Arkham game actually is coming, but we do have some information that seems to be coming from credible sources stating that it's coming very soon, but still a few months away. So, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. At the 100,000 subscriber mark, I will be giving away something that is so damn cool. So let's get into this video. So, apparently there is a massive event coming in August. I know it's not E3, because obviously E3 has been delayed. I know it's not this month, but according to people, Warner Bros. Is hosting a convention, all things DC related. Yes, including the new Batman Arkham game in August. Whether or not this is the first taste you'll get to see is up in the air, but at least, a time and a place, which is cool. So they're insinuating that on August 22nd, we're going to find out what Rocksteady's game is and what WB Montreal's games are, which are pretty cool because we've also got the massive Harry Potter game that, we've already had a trailer for that leaked, but officially nothing has been said. Now, we know how beloved the Batman Arkham franchise is, and whether it's called Batman Arkham or not Batman Arkham or Batman Arkham Legacy or anything like that, it doesn't really matter because the franchise as Batman Arkham games is very strong. And yes, it will be multi-platform. It'll most likely be Xbox One X, PS4, PS5, Xbox X Series, PC, maybe even on the Switch. But there has been an insinuation that the game is not called Batman Arkham 2020. Apparently, it's actually called the following, which does sound pretty darn interesting. So, the most recent rumor of what this video game is called Capture the Night, which is symbolic to Batman. So, it could be interesting. Now, I don't know if I can put this image in the video because if said image is real, then said Warner Bros. Gaming or Montreal will flag the video. But I will leave it down below if not. Using Capture the Night indicates what everyone's been hearing about the Batman game. Either the title or the tagline. The former is more prevalent, believed. Also indicates is that Batman Beyond has a massive influence on this game because as we know, it's supposed to be a complete reboot with the same game mechanics as the previous Batman game. Although this doesn't indicate anything, it's worth noting that on the picture, that's leaked. It could be photoshopped, I don't know. It says PlayStation 5, PS4, but then if it is real, why didn't they reveal it at the event? But obviously it's not an exclusive title. Obviously I could Photoshop this, it's easily Photoshopped, but it is out there, and as we do go over everything, Capture the Flag does sound pretty cool. We know there's a lot of talk about Courts of Owls being involved with this storyline and it using the whole of the Batman family. It's just interesting that comes out, then industry insiders inside this kind of industry, I guess you can say. Someone said this: Gotham City was supposed to be massive in the Damian Wayne game, so it's safe to make the assumption that this one will at least be a little bit bigger. So Capture the Flag could be interesting. Now this is coming from James Sigfield, who is known in, I guess you could say, the video game industry for leaking stuff. He's attached to Geeks Worldwide, which is a pretty credible comic book website, if you like. So back in February, this was confirmed, but it's not really confirming anything, because you could say this wasn't true. It says sources close to Geeks Worldwide have confirmed WB's Montreal's new game is a soft reboot of the Batman franchise. Now this is February, we're now in June, and nothing's happened. So is it true? Is it not true? We'll only know if it's true when they reveal the first trailer. Now this James Singfield, or Seinfeld, however you say it, it's interesting that he said 18 hours ago on his Twitter, keep this in mind while you're thinking of WB games being sold. A ton of people could potentially lose their job if they do sell. No matter how you feel about the games, remember that behind them are people. And it's interesting because he's been talking about the Batman Arkham game quite a lot recently. So this August event, August 22nd, seems to be when it could potentially be coming. And also there's another website, like I say, guys, I don't know how credible these websites are. GamesReactor.com had the following to say about the Batman game. It's been more than 8 months since WB Montreal, developers of the Batman Arkham Origins and co-developers of Batman Arkham Knight, started teasing that they're working on a new game where we get to see the Dark Knight. The first one seemed to indicate the Courts of the Owls will be involved, which many fans were very excited. Unfortunately, due to what's going on in the world, I'm still not going to say that on YouTube, it forced WB to stop its plan, gradually building up hype before a full reveal at the company's first ever E3 conference, but that got cancelled. But that doesn't mean we won't see this game this summer. The plan is apparently to still show us the game in the next couple of months, and I doubt what's going on in the world will change that. The game is slated rather soon rather than later. So then if you do some more digging, the game's actually slated to come out in November. So if they reveal it in August, you got August, September, October, November, 4 months for the Batman game. The Batman franchise is that big, like I keep saying to people in private conversations, they do not need to market this Batman Arkham game. It's already marketed by YouTubers like me. There's a bunch of other people doing similar content talking about all these prominent rumors, and they just keep coming up and up and up. There's definitely a game. WB Montreal themselves have said they are working on something. Thank you very much for all your enthusiasm for our next project. As the time, our channel will showcase the studio, who we are, and why we love making games. Stay tuned. That was May the 13th. So something is coming very soon. Whether it will be Capture the Night or whether that's Photoshop, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to Photoshop that, to be honest. But the only thing that makes me think this image is fake is because it's going to be a multi-platform game. So you'd also have the Xbox One X logo, the Xbox X Series logo on there, and probably also available on PC. So something is definitely coming. But I've made it a point on my channel not to keep talking about the Batman Arkham video game, because we've been talking about it for over a year now. And I can't keep making videos of every single little rumor that comes out. There's so many little teasers, if you like. I mean, there's even the teaser of the WB Montreal. We are now hiring, and some people seem to think that if you look at the logo on his t-shirt, that it seems to be a Batman logo. I mean, yes, sure, it could be a tease, but is it really? Probably not. So I'm going to double down on the Batman Arkham video games until we have some actual real information. But to be fair, the guy is wearing a hoodie. It does look like the Batman logo, so it could be. But they wouldn't be hiring people for that role now unless it was some kind of social media or testing role. But if the game is going live in November, they would be hiring right now. So it does make a lot of sense. There's so much evidence out there, guys. But like I said, I'm not going to keep posting Batman Arkham video games because there isn't really enough to talk about. I mean, there's a bit of info about this event in August. Obviously, August the 22nd, but that's to do with everything DC. So it could show up there. It might not. I don't know how credible this James Singfield is, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt until I'm proven wrong. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.